Catch them slipping. 1 minute early. Lucy, I broke the rules just for you. We've gone early tonight. Welcome to a Thursday night coffee pod hangout with me, James Boldvines. I am absolutely freezing down the shed. I have the blanket on my legs. I have the heater right in front of my legs, and we are here live. So first things first, say a quick hello like I always do. If someone in the chat can let me know if the sound is okay and the connection's okay. Most important things first of all. And while we do that, I will say a few hellos. So let's jump in first of all with Simon, the gentleman marketeer. Hope you are well, mate. Haven't caught up with you today, actually. So just hope you had a good day, really. I know I'll catch you later on. We'll have a good chat, but I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Lucy's in. Back in the nick of time. Where have you been, Lucy? You been outsourcing? What you been doing? And Robin's in. Hope you are good. So today's live. I was debating a little bit today whether to come and do live. As I said, the shed's been freezing cold all day, but I am now spending from now up until probably midnight down here. So I thought, why not? Let's come and do a chat. Let's come and do a live. What I want to speak about today, no real subjects. If you do have any questions, chuck them in the chat. I love answering questions. So any questions you guys have, chuck them in. I'll talk a little bit about my update, how I've been getting on since I've kind of admitted that the business needs to change and what focus I'm having now. But I'm also really keen to hear, and the subject of tonight is simply New Year, same you. So we all I think a lot of us get to the end of like a year, the end of 2023, and we have all these goals and aspirations, and you know, it comes to midnight of the 31st and we feel like, yes, gonna go into the new year with all these new plans, wake up on the 1st, all the energy to do it, whether that be like, you know, you might want to go on a bit of a weight loss thing, whether that be you want to really boost your business, or you know, concentrate more on YouTube, whatever it may be. And then what you normally find after a couple of weeks, it drops off. So the motivation you once felt just disappears, and that's natural. I think that happens to a lot of people because actually creating a habit takes a bit of time to do. So yeah, let me know in the chat how you are getting on with your own personal goals, what your goals are, if you don't mind sharing, and also what you feel you need to do to pick up that motivation if it has dropped. And don't feel bad if it has dropped. There's lots of things that I always say I'm going to set out to do, and then after a few weeks forget I set out to do and have to reset. That's okay. But sometimes I think it's good to actually stop, reset, recognize, and to get back on the horse. So yeah, that's the thing for the chat tonight. What have you sort of set out to do that maybe hasn't gone to plan? Or if you have set out to do something, you have stuck to it for the first 18 days of the month. First of all, congratulations. Secondly, let me know what it is. I'm really keen to find out. But I'll say a few more hellos and I'll talk a little bit about where I am. Hi, Ian. Sounds good. Thank you. And thanks, Ian, for becoming a member of the channel. I don't push the membership. As I said last week, YouTube bugged me with emails to set up a membership thing. And I looked at it and 99p was the cheapest one I could do. So I set it up. I don't push it. I'm going to think of a name for the members. I've got a few things in mind. I might announce that next week. So yeah, Ian, thank you so much. Thanks for always supporting as well. Hi, Gary. Hi, Steve. Just want to say thank you to Steve from the live I done yesterday, where I done a bit of a Vinted opening listing live thing. Steve actually brought a jacket from me. Unexpected again. I never expect you guys to buy anything from me, but thank you, Steve, for supporting the channel. That was shipped out for you today. Hopefully it'll arrive with you Saturday, if not Monday, I would say. So keep an eye out. But yeah, I know I messaged you, but thank you so much for all your support on that as well. Hi, Reese. Hope you're good. So while you guys think about the stuff that maybe you've set out to do at the start of the year that maybe you haven't stuck to, as you all know, well, you might not know, but I released a video the early part of this year, really reflecting on where I need my business to be if I was going to continue doing this as a full-time job. And it was really eye-opening for me because putting it out there in the open really helped. And I've always been one of them people who will give all my energy to help other people, but never really kind of put myself out there and ask for help myself. And I've received so much support from people in the reselling community who have took the time to actually talk to me about a few things and to tell me what they're doing and what's worked for them. And I've also had messages from people in the same boat as I was and kind of said, yeah, I need to do the same. It's a real worry for me. So I'm in the same boat. what I am finding at the moment is the stuff I am listing up in my eBay store, I can honestly say I'm super proud of. And I don't think I've ever been able to say that, where I'm putting stuff in and I'm like, do you know what? This is worth my time listing. Someone's going to buy this item. And yesterday I listed up 14 items and 4 of the 14 sold yesterday within a couple of hours of listing. Now, don't get me wrong. I slipped on one of them because I listed a Patagonia jacket is sold for $69.99. And when I spoke to a couple of people, shout out Warders Clobber, he said to me, "Oh, I didn't realize it was a color block. Like they go for 100." So look, I'm making mistakes, but when I'm paying £10 for an item into $69.99, I'm happy with that. Although I could have got more. So again, I know for next time not to do that. But yeah, the stuff I'm listing up's a lot better. Got some more vintage stuff coming this evening when I dropped off some of my parcels. I collect some more vintage stuff. I'll show you a call. And I saw he's in the chat. Where is he here? Jamie Sully. He actually done me a huge one. He got his target for the day and he sent me this one. Linked me up to this one, the Manchester United, and a point for people in the chat if you can get it. I'm going to show it quite quickly. You probably haven't got time to type. But some player this guy was. Berbatov. Some player back in the day. Now, not in the greatest condition. A bit of cracking on the lettering, but that probably won't affect the price too much. So yeah, I'm getting some nice stuff. I'm getting some stuff I'm really proud of. And today, when I looked at the value of stuff going into my store, let me tell you what it was today, because I actually wrote a message into a group chat. Let me just scroll back. God, we spoke a lot today. So I listed today a total of, sorry, I will get there. I will get there. It's worth the wait, I promise you. Here we go. So I put 13 live at this point, and the value of the 13 live was £732.87, which is a £56.37 average, which is huge for me, considering there has been times before where I've listed 20 items and 18 out of the 20 have been $9.99. So I can see I'm putting better stuff into the store. I'm paying up a little bit more, but it's all still hitting the metrics. So yeah, at the moment, I'm loving life. I'm just waiting for the sales to catch up. Yesterday was a super sales day for me. And when I say super sales day, I'll tell you what it was. It was just under £300. And for a lot of people, I know £300 is like the average day. But for me at the moment, £300 is like a really good day. I just need that to be consistent. And I just need to accept that for 2 or 3 months' time. For 2 or 3 months, it's probably going to take time for my eBay store to catch up. But yeah, super proud of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm glad I recognised the need to make the change, and I am super excited and positive that I can make this work. So yeah. And there we are. Nothing wrong with paying up if you get quality stock. 300 day is huge. Yeah, I agree, Mark. And then today I look at it, and it's nowhere near that much. And that's eBay. We know eBay is a roller coaster. I would love to get it to a stage where it was just a consistent flat graph, where even if it was, £200, but if it's £200 every day for the whole month, that's where I want to be. Instead of 200, 300, 20, 15, 200, 500, I'd rather a flat graph. So, yeah, but anyway, I know I waffled on a little bit there, but I appreciate all the people who have shown me some love, because sometimes I need that as well. So anyway, let me catch up on the chat. Let me find out what you guys are up to. Lucy saying I went to lose a bit of weight. Yeah, Lucy, I saw you was trying to lose a bit of weight. I'm in the same boat. I am in the same boat trying to shift a bit of weight as well. So I saw you doing that. So well done for my 30th birthday, but was poorly 2 days ago. I need to get back onto it. Yeah. So first of all, don't beat yourself up. If you're unwell, it's really hard to obviously do it, but just try and get back onto it as quick as you can. And you're saying that able to start until Monday. That's fine. Just crack on. Try and get from Monday to Friday back on it and stuff, and keep yourself motivated. And that's all weight loss is. I mean, I've lost a lot of weight before, and I put loads back on during COVID, and I need to go back to losing it all again. And it is that. It's like eBay. It's the consistency that pays off. And she's saying here, eBay-wise, move into a shed. Okay, so if you're going to move into a shed, make sure you've got some form of heating. That's the one thing I do regret about this shed. I've got this little heater down here, which keeps me like warm-ish, but not that warm. And in the summer, this place gets absolutely boiling hot. So just make sure if you move into a shed, if you can afford it, try and get one of them like, you know, proper ones with the proper like heating you can have in it. They look really cool. Moving to shed and sort the office and half my backlog, but clearing my dad's stuff out. He passed away in 2020, but going to make sure my stock is half by then. Yeah, absolutely. You've got loads of stuff to walk into. No, don't worry. I know it only allows certain characters. Yeah, car boot sales are coming. Couple of months' time, they're going to be back on. Yeah, cheers, Jamie. I appreciate the hookup on that one. My YouTube goal is to edit better, make sure thumbnails is on all videos, and each thumbnail is better, a better intro. Also, I'd love to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 24. Yeah, similar to weight loss, similar to eBay. It's funny, isn't it? Life is it's all about that consistency and that consistent effort and that consistency of trying to do better than your video before. I struggle with that sometimes. Well, Lucy, I don't mind saying, because I have a couple of really good videos and the next one might flop a little bit. And then my next one might be good and it might flop. And so, yeah, I think it's important to kind of say, if you do have a bad video that doesn't perform, just get ready to release the next one. You know, it's not the end of the world. Thank you, Benji. Appreciate that, my friend. Cheers, Steve. Just said yes, James, out loud. Yeah. Thank you, Donna. Bearded Carp, been having some good, interesting chats with Bearded Carpy. I won't share them on here. But yeah, he's been telling me about some potential, I'm going to say this in a correct way. He was offered a few potential dodgy deals from someone who's quite big in the crime industry, shall we say, or used to be big in the crime industry. And he messaged me, he said, "Oh, I know you're into your true crime. I'm sure you heard of this person." I was like, no way. So yeah, it's been good to catch up, mate. Hi, Soul Steps. Just want to shout out Mark as well. I have so much admiration for this guy. I met him in Scotland, and he's a solid stand-up guy. And I know I might embarrass you here, Mark, but what I will say is Mark has a way of picking himself up and dusting himself down like no other. Because I know, for instance, when Posh disappeared, I think he felt a bit flat. And Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but you came across like you felt a bit flat. Like, you know, you enjoyed that social aspect of reselling, like really enjoyed it. Very similar to Michelle. And I was absolutely buzzing when I saw your promo video about you coming back and going on to Whatnot. And I joined Mark's show last night. He tempted me in to buy some sweets that I shouldn't be buying, but they were Iron Brew sweets. And if you're ever feeling like, you know what, I just want to watch some reselling content to pick me up, go and join one of Mark's Whatnot shows, because that guy's energy is unbelievable. And I did think at one point last night he was going to flash it from his kilt, and I'm glad I logged off just in time. But no, jokes aside, what a guy. And he's saying, I've been working on thinning out the store, focusing on a better valued item. The old picks are getting shifted elsewhere. Yeah, me and you both, mate. Exactly what I'm doing. Lots of stuff going on 99p auction. I'm putting it down as a mistake, and simple as that. And just making sure moving forward, the better stuff is getting listed in. What I'm also going to do tonight as well, I do this with a few people. Sometimes when I'm chatting to a few people, we play the offer game. And I've done this last night. Was it last night? When did I do this? I think it was on the live with Luke, actually, on Monday. When an offer comes into the eBay store, I'm going to share the screen and you guys are going to help me decide whether we take the offer. So if within the next 50 minutes or so, we get any offers come in, I'm going to share them with you guys, and you guys are going to help me decide whether we are going to take it. And as I say that, oh no, don't worry. It's a notification someone's buying, which is good. Let's see what that was quickly. Let me see what that was. See if I can retire now. No, definitely can't retire. I'm still here. Still here. No worries, Mark. I mean it. I mean every word, mate. So yeah, for me, other things, New Year, same you. So other things for me, consistency wise, YouTube. Let's talk a little bit about YouTube. I love YouTube. It is a real passion of mine. And last year, the back end of last year, I gave up on it a little bit. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I just couldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered to make content, and I really missed it. And I came back into this year feeling like, do you know what? Just pump the content out. You enjoy it, just do what you love, and just keep going with it. And I am super passionate about building the crime channel as well. And I have decided to invest in myself a little bit, and I've actually joined a YouTube mentorship group from a guy on YouTube called Roberto Blake, massive in the YouTube scene. And I'm actually having a chat with him tonight. Well, not a chat directly with him. It's a group thing. But I'm going to go in there tonight for the first time and actually just sit and listen and be a fly on the wall and just take note to how I can improve. And it's more a case of how can I crack into a new market? Because I feel for a reselling channel, for us YouTubers here, we can very much just a case of film what we do. So I can film around the car boot. I can take you guys down to the garages, show you what's sold. I can sit in here and do a tutorial on how I do my photographs. When it's a completely different thing that you don't actually do as a job, I find it really hard to actually think about content. So I'm all for learning, all for bettering myself. I believe in that myself. If you can better yourself in any way you want to do and you feel it's the right thing for you, definitely go and do it. And I've done a little post on my Instagram story earlier about something I was watching last night with Stephen Bartlett and Ali Abdul, where they were having a chat just about certain things. And Stephen Bartlett's, he came up with this really good analogy of having a certain amount of chips a day. So if you can imagine you have 24 chips and 8 are taken up by sleep, where do the rest of your chips land? And it got me really thinking that, where do I put my chips into? And what I found I do a lot of the time is I put a lot of my chips into other people, and I kind of don't put the chips into myself. And that has got to change. So I kind of woke up this morning with this new thing of being like, yeah, do you know what? That is spot on. I need to actually focus on me and do what I want to do a bit more. So, yeah, that's really what's going on with me. I don't know what else to say. It's really weird doing a live on my own. I feel I'm still out of touch with lives because I didn't do them for quite a while. I enjoyed the live yesterday, I must admit. I enjoyed coming on and doing a random opening vintage parcels and drafting while chatting live. It was a bit different. But I'm also keen for this live to continue with like the podcast guests. I love getting other people on. And in the future, it might not just be resellers. I would love to get people from all types of business. I would like to get other YouTubers on. And hopefully by joining a YouTube mentorship group as well, it will help me connect with other YouTubers in different niches where I can actually get them on to chat about building a business from a YouTube perspective. So, yeah, lots of plans for the channel. I'm desperate for the car boots, because I genuinely miss going to the car boot and I want to film some car boot content. I miss walking around with the GoPro and random people saying, what's the camera for? I miss all that interaction. So, yeah, I might try and find a car boot this weekend, but the weather's, I don't know what it's like where you guys are. The weather is absolutely terrible. It's freezing cold. So I might wait a little bit, but as soon as I can get back out into them cold, wet, muddy fields, I am all in there. Right, let me catch up. Let me see. Kelly saying, let's all send some offers. Kelly, don't, because when we played the offer game on Monday, it was something like a £70 item. They offered £5, I think it was. And this is a funny story. We finally agreed at £45 after going back and forth on the offer. Agreed at £45. I thought, okay, you know, a bit lower than I want to take, but it's okay. We'll do it. And then he cancelled. So I was thinking, what a waste of time. So, yeah, please don't send through offers unless they're genuine, because guess what? I might even accept if you lowball me, and you've got to pay. Otherwise, eBay will give you the ding. Take it, lol. Yeah, I'll take any offers right now. I'm joking, by the way. Are you in the women's changing room? Are you in a women's changing room live tonight, Mr. Bold? Women's changing room. I don't know what that means. Sometimes people's comments always throw me, and I think for the rest of the night, like, what do you actually mean? So, are you talking because you're at this angle with these doors? This is the tin shed, mate. I am absolutely freezing. What a great idea. No, thank you. Please do not be doing that. Don't be stalking the eBay store unless you're buying. I was debating doing YouTube for my reselling, but I did make one and took it down because I make videos for my fishing and found it sometimes takes fun away from my fishing. Yeah, make videos that you enjoy, Carp. That's what I would always say to anyone. You've got to enjoy what you do, hence why I'm doing the true crime, because it's a passion of mine. If I had no interest in true crime and I just looked at it to say, oh, them channels do really well, you have to have a passion for it. So, yeah, do more videos about your fishing, mate. Like, if that's what you're into, do it because the passion shines through. Now, here's someone I've missed. Reselling George. I haven't seen you live for a little while, my friend. I think you've been away, if I remember right from seeing your Instagram. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you come back on the lives. Do you watch a lot of true crime YouTube videos yourself? Benji asked. I do. So I watch more true crime videos than I do reselling videos. And every night before bed, I watch true crime. And I fall asleep listening to true crime on my headphones. And sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. and there'll be true crime on. And if I just scroll, if I just go onto my YouTube, let's have a look what comes up here. So I'll tell you what comes up on my YouTube all the time. We've got reselling content, including this guy, by the way, for the people who do not know this guy. I don't want to play it loud. This guy here called Rami. Well, it's not Rami the highlights. His name's Rami, but this is the highlights part. He's a sneaker seller. Sneaker. Why am I sounding American? He's a shoe seller in America. Go and watch his videos, even if you have no interest in shoes. That's a really good one. Law and crime. So it's either literally true crime, reselling, boxing, because boxing I'm big into as well. What else? That's literally it. They're the three things. But yeah, true crime is the most thing I watch. And yeah, I join a lot of the live chats with true crime. A lot of people in America will watch that as well. Donna says, my mum has been watching your crime channel. Well, thank you to your mum. She requests you cover some Scottish crime stories. She doesn't know how to comment on the YouTube videos yet. Yeah, absolutely. I've got a list of UK crimes I'm going to cover at the moment. But yeah, let me look at a few what's gone on in Scotland and see if I can do a few. Yeah, I'm happy to cover all the crime. I love it. I'm 21 this year, James. If you were 21, what would you say to yourself when you were 21? Yes. So what would I say to myself if I was 21? Do you know what? I would have started working for myself earlier. From knowing what I know now, I would have actually started a lot earlier. I would have started on social a lot earlier. I would have started a YouTube channel a lot earlier. But I honestly stand by what I say. Although my eBay store is not in the place I want it to be at the moment, I'm still making good money, just not enough for where I want to be. I want to change it for the world. Like, this is the best job in the world. And I will argue with anyone who says it isn't. But yeah, I probably would have invested a lot more time myself, because what was I doing at 21? At 21, I was living in Bath. And I was going out on I'll tell you what I was doing at 21. I lived in a pub and I worked in Homebase, the kitchens, bathrooms, a furniture showroom upstairs. I used to wear a hideous orange shirt. I need to try and see if I can pull it up. Homebase. It was really bad. I used to wear a hideous orange shirt every single day. I don't know if I can find a picture of it now. Anyway, you can just imagine it's bright orange. It was a button-up shirt. And I used to sell furniture and like kitchens and bathrooms. And then I would work in the pub a couple of nights in the evening. And then every single Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, I'd be out on the booze, getting in at stupid o'clock in the morning and getting up for work. Because at that age, I didn't have a hangover. I can't do it anymore. So yeah, if I was that age again, I would definitely invest a bit more time in myself and definitely start building a number of different things as early as you can. So yeah, Jamie, you are in such a good position because you're doing so well at the moment with eBay, where you know you can just keep building. And you know, by the time you're 30, you might be in a position to retire. So yeah, I'm jealous of the young'uns getting it in. Limelight, hope you're good. Lucy, I will maybe do my first live in February, end of half term, but not sure when. Lucy, just do it. Just go on live. I always say to people, if you're nervous about doing a live, go on with someone first of all. Go on for a chat. Like you do on Instagram, Lucy. You sometimes have like a friend on for a chat. Do that first of all, and it'll give you real confidence to go and doing yourself. Because doing a live chat on your own is completely different because you've got no one to bounce off to. So if the chat goes quiet, you've got to think about things to say. Let me take a sip of my coffee while I read this. Hi, mate. I hope you're well. What would you and other resellers you know personally change, amend with in the Vinted app if you could? add and remove settings. What a great question, Abs, because I not moan. I wouldn't say I moan. I comment all the time about how Vinted could be improved. The thing I miss about Vinted is, I spoke about this the other day, they brought it in for about 3 or 4 days, which was an auto bundle thing. So sometimes when I buy on Vinted, you know, you might see 5 or 6 items in the store and you want to buy them all. And what you have to do at the moment, you have to click on them all and you have to then request bundle and wait for that person to accept, hoping no one else buys any of the items. But for 5 days, I think it auto accepted. So you can literally go in someone's store, select 20 items, click bundle, and it automatically do it for you. And it's kind of like secured and the order's made. And they took it away. So I hope they bring that back. What else do I hope? I find the Vinted app's a bit laggy at times. Sometimes my phone just feels like it's getting really hot and the app becomes really laggy. What else will I change? That's about it. I'll be honest with you. There's not much more I would change apart from them 2 bits. I think if they can bring the auto bundle back in, that's a game changer for me. I'll be honest. But yeah, I'll have a think. If I think of anything else during this live, I'll come back, because I always think about this kind of thing, because we always look for apps to be improved. The Vinted Open Live was a great watch. Thank you, my friend. There were some decent wrap parcels to say. Yeah, I got another one today in the trusty, you know, if you bought from Vinted, if you get a trusty Tesco bag. Yeah, but the other day I had the wrapping paper one, which was a North Face gilet. I don't know how that wasn't damaged or how it even got to me in the first place, but it did. And yeah, you can get some good bits on there. I might do some more of them random opening lives. It was quite cool. It's quite fun for me as well. I got an indoor one Saturday, but just going to get out of the house, as we would have been in the house for most of the week. Yeah, sometimes it is that, just to get out. And I'm feeling the same at the moment. I might just want to go and find a car boot sale, even if it is cold and even if it is rubbish, just to get back out in the field. Will you be selling at the car boots this season, James? Yeah, more than likely. I normally sell at least once, maybe twice in the season. It will be the stuff where I am eliminating out the stock. It'll be as simple as that. So yeah, I might sell. I haven't got any direct plans to sell like at the start of the season, but coming near the end, it might be that case. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he's saying looks like you're filming from your shed. Looks like the changing room. Yeah. The curtain rail behind you. Yeah, so the curtain rail is actually hiding loads of do I reveal? I never normally reveal behind the curtain. Let's do it. None of you guys you probably can't see much. Just hiding some stuff that needs processing. So I do that to make it look like I'm actually in control of stuff behind me. So, okay, yeah, everyone's saying the curtain. Leave my curtain alone. I put that on myself. It does the job. Been to Spain. Gonna go live tomorrow probably. Excellent. I hope you had a good time in Spain. Is it hot in Spain or is it similar to here? I guess it is warmer than here. It can't be colder, I don't think. Andy, good to see you. I live 6 doors down to where the Moors murderers used to live. Oh, albeit the house was demolished a long time ago. Talking of houses getting demolished, I've mentioned it before in here, but I'm really into the Idaho 4 murders in America. And they've just demolished that house, and the trial hasn't even happened yet. I don't know why they've done it, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you are into true crime, go and check out the Idaho 4 murders. Absolute crazy scenes on that one. So many unanswered questions right now. Jury crime books, Lenny McLean, Governor book. Is amazing. Rami is mad from Cool Kicks and boxing. I'm a boxing coach. Well, there we have it. Might be hooking you up for some tips. I've done a charity boxing match before. Yeah, enjoyed that and loved the training for boxing, I must admit. Hello. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. And a 20-minute walk to where Hal Shipman had his doctor practice. Oh, you live in a nice area. It's crazy, isn't it, when you come to like UK crime stuff? Like, it can literally be, this is what fascinates me about true crime. It can literally be your next door neighbor. And that is super scary. Hello. I don't know who Jeremy is, but hey, Jeremy, let's go. Paul, how's training going? Yeah, okay. Maybe you can beat me to the coffin now. I doubt it, mate. but anyone could beat you to the coffee. Do you know what? It'd be nice actually if you got me a decent coffee. That's another conversation for another day. Has anyone ever had a decent coffee from a car boot sale? I was talking this morning to, was it this morning or yesterday, Luke, about boot sale coffee, because he's excited about going to Dirty Dunn. And I said, like, the thing I don't like about car boot sales is the coffee. I take my own flask because the coffee at the car boot sales is terrible. And I am a little bit of a coffee snob because I do like my capsules. But yeah, I've never had a good coffee from a car boot. Have any of your car boots got proper like coffee like baristas in them? Sure, there is some around. Hi, Alison. What lights for photos do you recommend? So I use these ones here behind me, which are called, I've linked them on the bottom of my YouTube videos, a little plug for the small affiliate money I might get, but don't worry about doing it through the link. I'm not saying that. I think these are called Raleno, R-A-L-E-N-O. So R-A-L-E-N-O. And I just got it from Amazon. And they're two lights here. And I have a couple of, like, they're called newer lights that just sit on the floor, use my grey board and stuff. I don't want to move the camera, but yeah, that's it. But yeah, everything I use is in my description on my video. So yeah, check it out. All the information's there. I had the best day ever at the age of 21. I got married to my wife and we are about to celebrate our 30th anniversary. That is amazing. Married at 21. About to celebrate the 30th anniversary. Simon, what is the secret? Because that is some good going. And your poor wife, talking about crime, your poor wife, she would get less for murder. So yeah, fair play to your lovely wife as well for putting up with you for that long. Do it, Lucy. You're a lovely person. Always show support to others. I'm sure I'll do the same. Absolutely. You'll be surprised, Lucy, the amount of people who come in and just show you some support as well. So yeah, get it done. Yes, Simon's got a good point. Keeping track on your Vinted orders is a nightmare. Yes, Vinted need to improve the order screen. Just give me a list of my orders, not the cancellations, not the ones that didn't show up, not the ones that have been completed and have just a list of all my orders, all the completed orders in one list, one screen. Let me just view it. Thank you very much, Vinted. I hope Vinted's listening. By the way, Vinted is the new sponsor of this video. I'm joking. But if they are listening, Vinted, couple of changes. Vinted has just done over here. If someone wants to reserve something, they can ask for 5 days if you agree. Yes, I think that is on our app in the UK as well. I reserved something the other day and it did say you've got 5 days to pay. So yeah. Need to buy more from Vinted, so as it's such an easy marketplace, even for gaming, but I get too carried away and ruin my cash flow. Yeah, you've got to be super careful with the cash flow. And be super careful with the gaming, Jack. I once got a lollipop stick from Vinted when I thought I got a GameCube bundle. That was a funny, interesting video when I got scammed on Vinted, but they are pretty good at protection as well, I must admit. I'll change on Vinted to return. If you buy a pair of trainers and turn up nothing like described, but say we pay £5 to pay postage back. I always try and challenge that. You don't always win with it, but try and push for them to pay for the label to return it back if it's not as described. And go through Vinted, go for the help section. Sometimes you get lucky with that. Not all the time, but it's worth a pushback. Do you find the boot sales are lacking in the southeast compared to up north? Seem to be loads more. I have options for the car boot. So on a Saturday, I have 2 options local to me. Okay, I'll say 3, but 2 what I always consider. And on Sunday, I have 1, 2, 3. I had the chance to go to 4 car boot sales if we wanted to on Sunday. So I don't find them lacking. I think it does depend on your area and just knowing what's about. So use local Facebook groups, I just use Google Maps and type in car boot sale, and you might unearth some as well. And also speak to other resellers in the fields. I've learned some new car boot sales just by chatting to other resellers, like where else do you go? And people are happy to share. So yeah, my advice is just go on Google Maps, type in car boot sale near me and see what comes up. Yes, I might be visiting this case. Nicola Bully from last year. Still a lot of unanswered questions. I've been watching some weird YouTube videos of some weird conspiracies about this case. And one video I watched the other day, there's a lot of stuff that he linked to certain stuff that makes perfect sense. So yeah, that's another weird case. How shit was my auntie's doctor? No way. It's freaky, isn't it? All these links back to like these criminals. I love my coffee sachets by Nescafe. Yeah. Funnily enough, one of my next door neighbours was one of the biggest drug dealers in Europe. I believe he got swatted, had police crawling through the garden, helicopters and all. What? This is what I mean. It could be anyone. I hope my neighbour's not listening to this, but they could be like the next like serial killer. It's fascinating, isn't it? If you're into that kind of thing. If you're not into true crime, you probably think, well, this is boring. Move on. Let me scroll down. Oh, here we go. We're talking about the secrets of long marriages. The secret is just to agree with everything she says. Yeah, I can agree on that one. That's for sure. Mrs. Bold will be saying the same as long as I agree with her. Happy wife, happy life. That's the term, isn't it? That's the term. And we've got the other carper in. The carpers are in. The rivals. Evening all. Who is the best carp fisher, would we say? A bearded carp and secret carper? Maybe you need to put in the biggest fish you've ever caught in pounds or whatever, and we can decide who is the greatest carper. Good to see you. Car boot sale in winter is definitely lacking. Indoor one, but summertime is fine. Yeah, them summer car boots hit different. I remember. Do you guys remember? I don't think it was last year. It was the year before. Do you remember that really hot week we had when it got up to like 37, 38 degrees? And I remember going to a car boot and, yeah, by the time it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock, sweating just because it was that hot at that time. That was peak car boot season. But the trouble is, I think when it's too hot, it can put people off as well because people think, why do I want to go to a car boot sale when I can stay at home and jump in the paddling pool, get the barbecue on, have a beer, whatever you want to do. I'm just refreshing the eBay page because I saw George had a sale. And I was thinking, where are my sales, George? Where are my offers? Where is anything going on right now between the hours of 6 till 7 on eBay? Like, let's pick things up a bit. It's coming though. I have 2 car boots on Sunday. One is massive but gets rammed. Second is tiny and quiet. I go to the small one. Yeah. Keep it clean in the chat. Bigger is not always better. Sometimes the smaller car boot sales are actually a lot better. So, yeah, don't think because it's a huge car boot sale, you're going to have loads of success. Happy wife, happy life. Yes, indeedy. He's saying secret carper. Secret carper's the better and bigger fisherman. 51 pound mirror carp. I'm going to say, oh, not a mirror carp. I don't have a clue what a mirror carp looks like. Fish all look the same to me. A fish, not. You'll tell me different. I went to a True Crime Roadshow and they said a high percent of UK serial killers in the last 6 years were born in Glasgow. Wow. I'm going to go to a crime roadshow. I think, Donna, you pointed me in the way of a crime roadshow, actually. I need to look into it. There's also a YouTube thing coming up in the UK, a bit like I do in America for content creators to go to, which I'm looking into as well. Let me just have a look here. Hi, Aaron. Last summer, my Saturday car boot was a washout called off every week from July to the end of the season. Wow. I saw Benji was in the chat earlier. Not sure if he's still here. We got one at Shepperton where I'm sure they find any reason to call it off. If there's a little bit of rain or a potential chance of rain, they're like, yeah, boot sale off this week. Where my other one on the Saturday is like, if it's going to snow, we'll try and run it, even if it's for a couple of hours. And they're really good as well because when they do run it where it's like it might rain, they just make it free entry. So they've got the right idea to keep people happy, let people come for a couple of hours and then dip out whenever it starts to rain. So, and there we are, the winner of the best carper. Come on, Bearded, you need to get better. You need to get out there. Get some bigger fish. I don't know how you would do that, but just do it. Yes, there was a week I found my scene bundle £15. I separated, I sold it for over 500, but that was best week. Amazing. Yeah, some of these toys, Lucy, when I was doing a lot of the toys, especially going through all that McDonald's stuff, the money some of these old toys go for is absolutely crazy. The money people pay for older toys. Can't get my head around it, but they do. Let's have a look here. Mad Maz, do you think you may go into other items this year on top of your clothing? Loved how honest you was about struggling on eBay. We were talking about it on Richard's Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I think being honest is okay. I can come on here every single week and say, hello everyone, hope everyone's doing good. My sales are flying. Hope you're having good sales. Right, thanks for watching. Turn the camera off. But then when I go inside, like deep down, I know that things aren't where I want them to be. I just got a bid. It was a bid, not an offer. Shame. But yeah, what I was going to say is, am I going to pick up other stuff? So I've always said that I'm going to be 95% clothing. I said that from the day one. But I don't want to pick up the big items. I'm done with all that stuff. So what I am going to pick up is I do miss picking up the cameras. So I went through a stage of picking up a lot of 35mm cameras and the digital cameras, because in my top drawer here, I still have all the stuff to test it. I have a box full of batteries. This bag here is full of batteries for cameras and all different stuff. So I've got all the stuff still here to do it. So I think I am going to pick up a bit more of the camera stuff. And I think, as I said the other week, I think what you guys will see on my car boot sale videos is not just clothing, because I appreciate, look, the people who watch my channel might get bored of just seeing clothing. Like I tried at the back end of last year. I would like to show you guys other stuff in the field that I'm buying. And look, it might only be 2 or 3, 4 items a week that I just have to list and just store the same way as I do my clothing. But I'm okay with that. I'm used to doing that. But most of the stuff will be clothing, yeah. And I'm glad you're talking about it on Richard's thing. I love Rich. He's been a good support of my channel and me as well. And I think for anyone, if you are struggling with your eBay business, just put it out there. Like, if you don't want to put it out there to the whole of the world like I do on YouTube, just speak to a friend, speak to a family member, because you feel so much better once that weight is lifted off your shoulders. I can't tell you how relieved I was after putting that video out, because I felt like, you know what, I've admitted it now. Like, it's a bit like if you have like a gambling addiction or a drink addiction, the moment you kind of say, I need help here, like you hear so many people say, you know what, I feel so much better. So I know this is not therapy, and I wasn't looking for therapists at the time, but for me, just to put it in the open has made me feel better about the business. But more importantly, it's made me realize that, okay, yeah, you need to change things up. And only I can do that. No one's going to come and list it for me. No one's going to come and source better for me. No one is going to come and say no to the crap items that I used to say yes to. So, and my inbox is always open. If you're in a position where you feel like you're sinking a bit, maybe drop me a message on Instagram. I'm always happy to help and speak to people. I haven't got all the answers. I'll never say that, but I'm always here to lend an ear. So drop me a message. Can you get Aaron on live again? Love that guy, no filter. I'd have Aaron on my live. I messaged Aaron the other day. Me and Aaron chat and stuff. I think Aaron's a cool guy. Shepperton runs scared at too much moisture in the air. Yes, Benji see. Shepperton here, like someone could go in the Shepperton field and like spit, and that sounds disgusting, but they would close it down due to the rain. So I tend not to go to Shepperton really on a Saturday. It's normally the second one I go to. And I think the couple of times Benji see me in the Shepperton field, normally I say the same thing to him. Oh, it's crap here. I ain't coming back. And I keep going back. So we shall see. Do you think prices will be crazy again this season at car boots like some of the charity shops are doing? It all depends stall to stall, Steve. It really does. It all depends stall to stall. And it's very much a case of some stalls I find you go to and you're like, wow, this is so cheap. Other stalls are asking eBay prices and more. So, it's very much a case of stall to stall. I think the car boots are going to be busier, because I think this whole Let me clear up the tax thing as well, because it has had a lot of people worrying. This tax thing is not new. So I think a lot of people are thinking, oh my God, HMRC, this is a new thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is not a new thing. It's just they publicized it a bit more. I think it's going to force a lot of people to go and sell at a car boot sale. So I think the car boot sale is going to be busier than ever. I really do. But who knows? It might turn a lot of people off. You taking video suggestions, James? I don't know about that. You can inbox me a video suggestion, but don't put it on here, because if I pull it up, I'll have to do it, because some of the suggestions that people have said to me before, it got me into 2 24-hour live streams, because I said, oh yeah, I'll go and do it. I only asked a question once. Has anyone ever done a 24-hour live reselling stream? And from that moment, it was no, but you're going to do it to test the waters. And yeah, shout out George. He is the GOAT when it comes to the live streams with me. From the first one, where at that point I never spoke to George, and he just joined the live, and I was like, George, what's your plans? You sticking around? He was like, yeah, I'll stick around for a few hours. And I think it got to about 5 in the morning, and he was still going strong. So yeah, shout out to actually no, it's later than that. I can't remember now, George, the first one. And then yeah, he come and done the whole second one with me as well. So when we do the third, the hat trick of the 24-hour lives, I'm sure George and I will host it together. So yeah, I'm open for challenges, but keep them reasonable. My dad's in waiting for Brum. Yes, #1 fan of the Brum, my dad. Dad, are you coming to the car boots this season? Am I going to be able to drag you to Moss End or Shepperton this year? Is Shepperton worth it? I was going to go while I was in London, but didn't get up in time. I've never had amazing success there, George. I won't lie. I go to the other one first, though, normally. If you're going to Shepperton, I would say get in the queue and pay the money for the early bird. But it's wild there. Like, as soon as I open the doors, people are sprinting with their bags. So, yeah, go early if you're going to go. What do you do when sourcing? You come across unique clothing that has no previous sold completed searches and can't find the same model look when searching on eBay. I look off of eBay as well. So eBay's great for active and solds, but I use Google Lens. I use other websites as well to check sold data. My live yesterday, I showed this Taz gym t-shirt, really cool. So someone had it listed on eBay for 100. I checked it on other websites and it goes for a little bit more potentially, but my tag isn't the there's a couple of tags. I've got one what says changes, but there's an anvil tag. The anvil tag might justify a little bit more money, so I've gone slightly under that. So yeah, don't just use eBay, use other websites as well. But I'm concentrating a lot now on sell through. So say for instance there is 20 listed on eBay and only 2 have sold in the last 90 days, I would probably leave that item behind now, where before I would buy it. Because I used to get into the temptation of seeing something that had sold for, say, 50, 60 pound and feeling like, oh, it's a good one, and actually realizing it's not because of the sell through. So, yeah, don't just rely on eBay's a great tool, but use Google as well to look at comps, use other websites. One I will mention with clothing, a website called Grailed, which is, I think, more American based. Be careful with their pricing on there, because their pricing is like top end. So you might see something on Grailed for £80 if you've got a winner, but when it comes to eBay, you might be looking at 30 or 40. So just be super careful. Here he is. He heard you, Dad. John's in. Hope you're good, John. Good to see you in. My dad's going to have to come and meet you. So we're going to have to come back to Birmingham, John, at some point. I'm going to have to bring him because he'll want to get like a picture and a signed, like, oh, I don't know. Every time I go and see him, he's like, have you seen John's new video? Have you seen Brum's new video? I'm like, yes, I watched John. Good to see you, mate. You should do live vintage snipes and see what you buy, what I think returns be. Yeah. I thought about that before. I just worry because I love the idea, because I can sometimes spend 6 or 7 hours sourcing nowadays on Vinted. But how interesting is that going to be for you end users? And the reason being is I don't do it on PC, I do it on the mobile. So you can imagine, Carp, it'll be me like this. Yeah, got one, guys. Yeah, great. And you might be waiting another 40 minutes for me to get the next one because I don't buy everything. So, yeah, I wonder if there's a way I might be able to screen share my phone to the computer. Maybe one day. I'll have to think about it. But I just wonder how boring it would be. What are the top brands you recommend should be sourced that have a good sell-through rate and profits? And do you recommend higher end clothing like Stola and Moncler? I speak quite a lot on my videos about some of the stuff I'm picking up and some of the stuff I am selling. I haven't got like a brand list I'm going to share. There is some stuff that I will not speak about. I'm quite transparent. I think people know me as quite transparent, and I'm probably over transparent. So yeah, I think if you watch my videos, you'll get an idea what kind of stuff I will sell. But for me, there's no BOLO list. Everyone's got to go and find stuff that they can find in their area or find online with good stuff. And when you have certain things, don't feel you have to chuck it out to everyone, because there's some brands that I don't even mention that I pick up endless stuff for. The difficult thing with me as a content creator and a reseller and a YouTuber, I talk a lot, and everyone can find my eBay store because it's the same as my YouTube channel. So if you really want to go and see what I'm selling, you can go and stalk the store if you want to do it. Do I sell, do I recommend higher end clothing? I personally don't touch it that much. Stone Island has the number. You can certi check the number on it. Moncler, honestly, I wouldn't pick it up. I just wouldn't have enough. And my eBay store is not worth getting banned for fakes. It's worth hundreds of thousands of pounds to me. But if you're going to be getting the higher end stuff, make sure you know what you're doing. Luxury pickers, for instance, can go and get the higher end stuff because they know their stuff. I don't know enough to be taking that risk. Let me just scroll down here. My ideas have been DM'd. Oh, should I read out Benji's ideas? Can live stream mobile, I believe. Yeah, maybe. Should I read out Benji's ideas on the live? We've got a few minutes left. Let me see what his DM says. Have you DM'd me now? Oh, hold on. I've got a DM from Benji. Should I screen share your DMs? No, I won't. Right. I'm going to read them in my head first because I reckon one of these ideas I've spoke about and Benji's heard me speak about, so I don't want to announce it here. 2 secs. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. The first one's a good idea. I'm going to heart that for him. I'll keep that quiet because if I'm going to do these ideas, I'll announce it. I don't know. Yes, both ideas good. The second one I've spoke about. The first one's a good idea, similar to what I was doing last time. Yeah, there might be a new series coming on the channel. We will see. Let's hear. Let me just catch up on the chat here. Stone Island and Moncler for affordable price. Now, I saw that too much on DHgate. Yeah, I'd just be super careful of that. Steve, you're giving away all of my items. No, I'm joking. Pretty Green, North Face fans, vintage Adidas, Reebok, Nike, etc. Always good sellers. I like picking up. We all know I like picking up my football shirts. I'm really into the old vintage tees. You've got to be super quick. But I've been getting some super, super, super cool vintage tees recently. Not that vintage. Let me show you what came through today. I know this isn't the vintage opening. Is this vintage now? Nearly vintage. It's not completely. This isn't the greatest example, but it hits the metrics for me. So aha. Little band tee for aha, 2005. And it's on this nothing special tag when you look at it, but we're heading towards vintage on that now. So that'll go for okay money, but some of the stuff I've been picking up is like 90s stuff, which is really cool. James, can you invite Tech and Sports to the UK? I'd love to see how he does in the British Heart Foundation. So Tech keeps threatening to come to the UK, as does Mel. And yeah, when they come, I will be meeting up with both of them. Not saying they're going to come at the same time, but when they do come to the UK, and if Tech ever comes to the UK, absolutely. I will be taking Tech and Sports round a UK car boot sale. I will get him to pull my trolley. I will film him in action. I want to see whether the Australian Mel and the GOAT, Tekken Sports, can do it in a cold car boot sale in October or in September, whenever they come. I just want to see whether... Do I think Tekken Sports can come to the UK and absolutely clear up? I absolutely do. But I want to see it. I just want to see them go around a UK car boot and just see how different it is. I think for Mel, it's going to be more of a culture shock, taking her to a car boot sale. I did promise Mel that she can sit in the trolley and I will pull her. But when Tech comes, he is doing the dirty work. He is pulling the car boot sale trolley. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to film. I'll be drinking my coffee and I'll say, Tech, here's 100 English pounds. Go and find me the best clothing items for me to sell my eBay business that's going to sell through in 90 days and make me X amount of profit. And let's see whether he comes back with any Nerf guns in that trolley. I want to see what he does. But yeah, I think he has plans. He has plans to travel. And yeah, I can't wait until Mel and him come to the UK. Can't wait to meet them both. Both been very inspirational for me and really helpful in my journey so far, both on eBay and YouTube. Can I be there? Don't know, Benji. Might have to sit that one out. It'll probably be like a group thing, actually. We'll probably have about 40 of us going around a car boot. And John, there is no way I am bringing Tech to eBoot. Are you absolutely kidding me? What did you think of the TV series, people, eBoot? I absolutely loved it. I found it so cringy, but I absolutely loved it. I don't know what it was. I was like, yes. And Leanne was looking at me like, this is what you lot get up to in the mornings at the early hours. I'm like, this is us. This is us. This is us resellers right now, what you are seeing on TV. This is what it is like in them cold, wet fields. But yeah, no chance I'm bringing it to eBoot. I went to eBoot once and it kicked off. And yeah, every time you go to eBoot, John, similar to when I go to car boot, seems to bring the drama. But yeah, when I went, someone got like run over by a car or hit by a car and punched someone, and someone was chasing someone around the field with a baseball bat. Loved it. So yeah, I don't know. But then it's different sales. What sells over there might not sell well in the UK. Yeah, absolutely. So I want Tech to preload his UK knowledge to make sure what he's picking up me is going to sell in the UK. So I'll be testing him. Do not worry. Appreciate answering all questions, James. You're a legend. Well, I don't mind. This is why I do the lives. I like sharing. Sometimes I might overshare. Sometimes I might ruin reselling for the rest of us because I put out content. But guess what? I'm going to keep doing it. So if you want to learn stuff about reselling, don't necessarily watch my channel for learning, but you might learn the odd thing that I do pick up. So yeah, always happy to share. I think you'd have to study the market before it come absolutely. Love eBoot. I love Dunson. I can't wait to go back to Dirty Dunson. I enjoyed the eBoot program. Yes, it's something about it. They need to make it like a series, don't they, of different car boot sales, or maybe just a series of them. But do you know what really opened my eyes to the people who run the car boots? Like when we moan about, oh, the car boot's off, the weather's crap, we can't go. I never take into account actually about how much money the people who own the fields and run the car boots actually lose. Because if the weather's crap for like 4 or 5 weeks, that's them not earning money for them 4 or 5 weeks during like peak season of when they should be earning their money. So it made me kind of think and feel a little bit sorry for them when they don't run the car boots. Like, oh, okay, so it's not just us not getting stock. Like they're losing a substantial amount of money. So yeah, it got me thinking of that. But I thought it was cool. I know a lot of people said they didn't like it and it was really like cringeworthy. I enjoyed the cringeworthy side of it. I do like that. So yeah, I hope they bring back another episode at least. People talking about their car boots. I liked Dunton. Definitely going to go back someday. Yeah, it's huge. Dirty Dunton is one of them where you need to prepare yourself. I think if I'd done a Dirty Dunton again, I wouldn't do a Saturday car boot. I would just go and do Dirty Dunton Sunday. Ruining some, but helping others. That eBay calculator, amazing. I guess at the end of the day, the comments I see, and I get them on my videos, and I see them in other people's videos about you resellers are ruining it for the rest of us. Why are you then searching and watching reselling content? I can never get my head around that. If we are ruining it for the rest of the people by putting out content, don't watch it. You don't have to watch. No one's forcing you. Anyway, that's my final rant of the night. I don't rant much anymore. I might start ranting more. No, I'm joking. The guy who runs a car boot has a massive house. We're in the wrong game. Yeah, that's another thing I noticed. Couple of cars on the drive, massive house. No wonder he wears that crown going around the car boot. He is minted. Absolutely minted. I still have plans to open up a Saturday evening car boot sale in like an underground car park. Oh, I've got the visualization all lit up. It starts at 6 o'clock on a Saturday evening, finishes at 10 o'clock at night. Do not nick that idea off me. Or if you're going to do it yourself, at least get me involved. Give me some shares in that one because I think that can really take off. And yeah, George is right. His license plate is car boot too. That is some serious commitment. One day I will have a Bold Finds license, but I really won't, by the way. Don't hold me to that. But unfortunately, guys, we've had bids come in because I've got a few things in auction, but I don't think we've had an offer in the hour. So I'm glad George got his sale, took my offers and sales away from me. I've got one send offer to send out, which I'll do now. But I think, let me check the chat. If we've got no more questions, I will call it a night. I think the program tried hard to spin off the narrative of rich and poor, like people on benefits, than the owners who lives in big houses. Yeah, I got that vibe as well. You know more than me, John, because it's your local car boot. I was gutted we didn't see more of you in the car boot, I'll be honest. I know you did say beforehand you're not sure whether you're going to even make the cut. We saw a little bit of John, but I wanted to I wanted John to be one of like the main characters. But it was a bit confusing, John, because I think you had been round before and like kind of got your stuff, and they were like, "Can you just walk this way?" And like, yeah, I wanted to see you in your natural habitat, like when I saw you at the car boot, because we were flying around there. I got some good bits actually when I come and saw you. So yeah, right, people, thank you all so much as always for coming to hang out with me. A bit warmer now. This heating's picked up a little bit, so I'll be back next week for another live. I think of a new topic, or I'll get someone else in for a live chat. I'll have a couple of videos coming out. If I go to the car boot this weekend, there'll be a car boot video, but I'll have a couple of other reseller videos coming out for you guys. Appreciate you all. Go and check out George's live tomorrow. He's back. I'm holding him to it. I'm going to be in there. But thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next week. Peace.